particular Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Gays, and there are gays and lesbians and bisexuals in hip hop. You could not always forget. Some of them do like women, they get freaky.
That's why I only go to the coffee parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What are you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. Get your song. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking kind of party.
You saying so? 50, I'm coming for your ass, bruh.
50 Cent just dropped a bomb on the industry, leaking a video that allegedly shows Diddy, his rumored trans ex, and Busta Rhymes all attending what insiders claim was one of many secret freak-off parties. And Busta isn't just a guest, he's reportedly one of the main organizers. According to sources, Busta was allegedly sharing young male fans with Diddy behind the scenes. And now former trans escort Tony Newman has come forward, naming not only Diddy, but also Mr. C and LL Cool J in what she describes as a hidden world of underground parties, shady deals, and industry cover-ups. 50 is adding fuel to the fire, teasing more damning footage and testimonies in his upcoming Did He Do It documentary. And with receipts piling up, the hip-hop world is watching closely, especially as Busta starts looking real uncomfortable in the background. And now, it all makes sense why 50 Cent has always made it clear he doesn't attend Diddy's parties, because behind the glitz and glam, he may have known exactly what was really going on. And now he's using that knowledge to blow the lid off a world the industry worked hard to keep hidden.
We going to the coffee parties. They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. Talk about it. Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. Get your song. I'm just saying this ain't my motherfucking house.
He's been dropping hints for years, cracking jokes about the fruity vibe, clowning those strange after-party invites, and side-eyeing Diddy's industry friendships. But now the leaks are finally matching the energy 50 Cent's been putting out. And it's not just Diddy catching heat. Busta Rhymes hasn't been spared either. 50's trolled him multiple times over the years, from the tight leather fits to the muscle thirst traps to that signature touch, Bring It energy. Back then, people thought it was just harmless shade, but with this new footage surfacing, it's starting to look like 50 wasn't just joking. He may have known the truth all along.
50 also know I'm not gonna stop. The same way he not gonna stop, I'm not gonna stop. We both come from a family called Violator family, so we ain't got no problem violating.
When Busta tried to clap back, brushing it all off as friendly banter, most folks let it slide. But now, that moment where he said he was gonna come for 50's people is getting a whole new level of side-eye. With everything coming to light, people are starting to wonder if he literally meant it. And listen, let's bring in Tony Newman for a second, because what she's revealing adds a whole other layer to this mess.
Just announced about 2 people who me and my female escort friend, Mistress Carter, saw the team. I work with a female.
Tony Newman, a former transgender escort, author, and longtime activist, has been speaking out about the entertainment industry's dark underbelly for years. And according to her, some of hip-hop's most powerful men have been, and still are, living double lives. She claims multiple insiders, including former Bad Boy employee, confirmed that Diddy has allegedly been involved with both men and women behind the scenes. And that little phrase she dropped, "do the math," says it all. Because if Diddy's in the mix, and Busta's been tight with him for years, well, the dots start connecting themselves.
For Bad Boy, who's not employed, gays who in Bad Boy, who live in Plateau, he likes women, so he would have to be bisexual. I've heard Sean Combs is in fact bisexual.
And let's not forget when those disturbing videos of Diddy putting hands on Cassie started going viral. Busta Rhymes was one of the first to jump to his defense, publicly downplaying the situation and claiming people were rushing to judge. Now, with everything coming out, that loyalty is looking a lot less like friendship and a lot more like protection.
It's extremely sensitive, and I think that people don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is, because an opinion can detrimentally affects them.
That support from Busta hits real different now, especially considering Tony didn't stop at Diddy. Also claims she had a one-night encounter with LL Cool J back when she was working the streets of NYC. According to her, LL knew she was trans, paid for the night, and kept it moving. No shame, no confusion. But once she started speaking out publicly, things reportedly got tense. Tony says LL's team went into full panic mode, allegedly sending cease and desist letters to her management, threatening legal action if she didn't keep his name out of her mouth.
Another cease and desist letter, second time. One season on behalf of LL Cool J to my whole team again after I did the New York interview.
Things get even darker, as Tony claims both Diddy and Busta Rhymes tried to silence her the moment she began speaking out about what she had witnessed firsthand. In this industry, secrets aren't just protected, they're buried. When the Cassie Hotel video surfaced, reports allege that Diddy paid $50,000 to hotel staff to suppress the footage. If that's the price to hide one incident, imagine what else has been quietly erased. Tony also revealed that one of Biggie Smalls' close friends was openly gay, but his identity was kept hidden. Just another truth locked away, like so many others in this carefully controlled world.
I don't think it's entourage of Biggie Smalls. Had a gay guy, Mr. C's evidently a bisexual producer. Lord knows who else he might have had in that entourage.
And when you stack all of this with what Nicki Minaj once hinted that there are a lot of undercover brothers in the industry, it hits different. She wasn't talking about men hiding drug deals. She was clearly implying that many are secretly into men and keeping that truth buried, just like everything else.
I think it's a lot of undercover brothers in the industry.
Oh no, Queen! We don't know nothing about undercovers. Oh no!
Let's circle back to those parties, because according to word on the street, Busta Rhymes wasn't just attending them, he was allegedly hosting them on the regular. And multiple sources, including insiders close to those circles, claim Busta had a very specific type he preferred at these events. It wasn't bottle girls or Instagram models, it was young men. One of the people who confirmed this publicly is Big Homie Double C, a man who was once deeply connected to industry security circles and has seen it all. He didn't mince words, saying point blank that Busta used to make strange requests in the club, not for drinks, not for dancers, but for young men to be brought into his VIP section.
That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though, bro. All my promoter homies would always say, we gotta bring some. We gotta bring some, what they call them. I'm not gonna say it like that. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section.
And suddenly, all those long-standing rumors about Busta Rhymes allegedly sharing his fanboys with Diddy start to make a whole lot more sense. According to sources, these weren't just casual guests, they were handpicked, gift-wrapped, and passed around like party favors. Which brings us to someone who's been raising eyebrows for years now, Orlando Brown. Now let's slow this part down, because yes, Orlando has said a lot of wild, chaotic, and downright unhinged things over the years. But one thing he's rarely been off about is the energy in the room. And years ago, he openly claimed that he slept with Busta Rhymes. Here's the clip.
He made love. That's what he made love with. Busta Rhymes. You just saw me see Busta in the airport.
At the time, people laughed it off. Oh, Orlando's just spiraling again, chasing clout. But now, with escorts testifying, leaked videos surfacing, and major industry names being exposed left and right, suddenly, Orlando doesn't sound so crazy anymore. In fact, some are beginning to believe that Orlando may have been one of the so-called fanboys brought into those parties, allegedly invited by Diddy, passed around, and eventually handed off to others in the room, including Busta. Over the years, Orlando hasn't just hinted at a random hookup. He's alluded to being used, pimped out, and exposed to some of the darkest corners of the industry. And if that's true, it paints a deeply disturbing picture. What makes it even more compelling is Busta Rhymes' public behavior. For someone allegedly doing all this behind closed doors, he's been unusually aggressive about shutting down conversations around sexuality. Let's rewind to 2006, when he was accused of using a homophobic slur against a male fan at a bar. Then, in 2007, during a radio interview, he stormed out the moment the host brought up homophobia in hip-hop. Not a debate, not a disagreement, just got up and even back then, people raised eyebrows at how defensive he got. But now, in light of everything coming to light, footage, testimonies, eyewitness accounts, those overreactions are being seen in a whole new light. Because when someone reacts that strongly to a simple question, it starts to feel less like discomfort and more like hiding something. Asterisk.
Oh, whatever that man does in his personal space is that man's choice, and it's that man's business.
And it doesn't stop there, because those tapes, they might already be out there. Rumors have been swirling for a while now that footage from Diddy's infamous freak-off parties is being sold on the dark web. Allegedly, some of these tapes feature major artists, high-profile guests, and moments so compromising they could ruin careers. And guess who people think might have a copy? 50 Cent. Word on the street is that 50 somehow got his hands on some of that footage, and he's not just sitting on it for shock value. Sources say he's holding onto it for something bigger, something strategic. Let's not forget, 50 is producing a full-blown Diddy Expos documentary titled Diddy Do It. He's already sold the rights to Netflix, and according to insiders, the release is being timed to drop right after the Diddy trial wraps. The timing, chilling. The implications, massive.
In particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It. You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
There's even another clip making the rounds, this one from one of Diddy's star-studded parties. And yes, the camera's clear enough to make out the faces of the attendees. So go ahead, take a look for yourself. Now, if those tapes really are part of the evidence, or even part of 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, it would explain why certain people have suddenly gone silent, and why others seem to be scrambling behind the scenes. And speaking of footage, let's talk about that viral clip that made the rounds not too long ago. Busta Rhymes, Diddy, and Coi Leray, all in one room. At first glance, it looked like just another casual industry dinner, until Busta hit Diddy with that little go-ahead. Big bro shoulder tap. You know the one, but fans picked up on the vibe. Busta was standing right behind Coi. Diddy was grinning, a little too hard, and Coi looked visibly uncomfortable. It was the body language, the timing, the nudge, like Busta was passing her off. And just like that, accusations started flying. Fans claimed Busta allegedly tried to pimp Coi out, just like insiders say he used to pass those fanboys to Diddy in the clubs. Unfortunately, that's not the only clip raising eyebrows. Busta's awkward interaction with Jeremy, yes, that video, keeps resurfacing. In it, Busta's trying to be playful, but Jeremy clearly looks uncomfortable. At one point, Busta even leans in and sniffs. Jeremy tries to laugh it off, but the whole vibe is off. To be fair, some fans brushed it off as Busta just being goofy, but in the context of everything else coming to light, it doesn't feel so harmless anymore. Now here's where things get even more telling. It's been weeks since Diddy's legal drama officially hit the court, and guess who's gone completely silent? Busta Rhymes. No interviews, no statements, no social media updates, nothing. Allegedly, that's because he's terrified of being subpoenaed. People close to the situation claim Busta is doing everything he can to stay out of the spotlight, hoping his name doesn't come up in court. Meanwhile, 50 Cent is clowning the entire trial like it's a Netflix comedy. From people showing up in free puffy shirts to AI edits of Diddy sitting on the witness stand like he's the lead on Law & Order. Hip-hop unit, 50 isn't letting up, and he's still teasing that documentary, Diddy Do It. So all we can do now is wait. Wait to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Wait to see who else gets named. And most of all, wait to find out how many more tapes are out there that the public still hasn't seen. But I want to hear from you. Do you think there's more to Busta Rhymes and Diddy's relationship than they're letting on? Are there more tapes involving them still hidden away? And who do you think 50 Cent is planning to expose next in his documentary? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. And while you're here, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and check out the next video on your screen because trust me, it goes even deeper.